We typically experience the passage of time as a rigid container, a steady, one-dimensional background that matter and energy simply move through. Theoretical physics, however, is encountering persistent discrepancies at both the quantum and cosmic scales. Our traditional model fails to account for how gravity behaves in high-information environments or why particles appear in exactly 3 generations. Recent research into the second law of information dynamics suggests gravity is an entropic force. In this view, gravitational attraction is a macroscopic side effect of the universe trying to optimize its own data. To resolve these mathematical gaps, new frameworks propose that time possesses 3 distinct dimensions, much like space. These models suggest a transition in our thinking. Rather than a static stage, time appears to be a dynamic, emergent process generated by the internal evolution of the universe itself. If time is a generated process rather than a ticking clock, we have to scale down to the quantum layer to see the engine in motion. At this microscopic level, time is defined as phase change. It is the topological accumulation of cycles within a universal informational field. This accumulation builds a geometric structure with 3 distinct temporal dimensions, each governing reality at a different scale. The green T1 axis operates at the Planck scale to govern mass and particle interactions. The blue T2 axis manifests at the interaction scale, mediating quantum and classical worlds. The red T3 axis operates at cosmological scales, governing large-scale structure and gravitational waves. Within this 3-dimensional framework, mass and energy are physical manifestations of curvature across these temporal axes. We can see this internal quantum engine manifesting in our macroscopic world through the way matter organizes itself across space. This organization follows the second law of infodynamics, a principle stating that isolated systems evolve to minimize their information entropy. This graph shows that as matter particles cluster together, the total information entropy, measured here in bits, drops sharply. Gravitational attraction is the fundamental physical mechanism that matter uses to pull together and reach these optimized low-entropy states. The arrow of time tracks the direction in which this coherence is lost, and memory is physically encoded into the environment. Physical time and the pull of gravity are 2 different views of the same phenomenon, the macroscopic expression of the universe's informational drive. These same principles of organization apply to the subjective time we feel passing within our consciousness. Biology functions by resisting local entropy. To survive, an organism must maintain a stable trajectory of synchronized phase and coherence within the broader informational field. This persistent, coherent structure, which maintains its integrity while the environment changes, forms the formal physical basis of the self and the ego. Because the observer is a structured configuration of the field, our perception of time is a direct consequence of our internal coherence. Highly organized systems experience a smooth, slow accumulation of change, while disordered mental states perceive time as fragmented and fast. Subjective time is a localized readout of the universe's changing information, dictated by the coherence of our biological and mental states. The emergent, the physical, and the subjective layers operate as a single system. Geometric phase change, the physical entropy, and human perception are coexisting projections of the same underlying dynamics. Human existence is a localized projection of the universal informational field. Our memories, bodily form, and conscious experience are products of its evolving coherence. Since matter, consciousness, and physical laws are all generated by the same vibrational field, we are the manifestation of time itself.